Good morning and welcome to the Treehouse. This is Kag with your View from Above tarot reading for Sunday, September 8th. This morning we are going to use the Centennial deck and we're going to do a what would be good to know, think, and do on this Sunday morning as we anticipate going into the first full week of September. And so this reading, as always, is for the collective. So take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I did the deep shuffle before I started the video, and so we are ready to get to work. So here is what we need to know today. It would be helpful to know today. It's clarifiers. This is what would be helpful to think today and to do today. And Meriwether, and we have the Radiant Wise Spirit deck if we need further clarification. So this morning, this is what would be helpful to know. We are building something. This Three of Pentacles is the only dark pentacle. The rest of them are all gold. And this is the card that takes place underground, the activity. This is the consultation between the architect, the monk, and the master builder, building a foundation. So there's something that you are building, and it would be helpful for you to think about or to know that this is important, and the foundation that you are building is going to support a bigger structure. So what would be helpful to think about today? The Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is the most intuitive of the four queens, and she is the best at knowing her own feelings about things. I mean, she's deeply intuitive, but she also knows exactly what it is that she needs emotionally to feel fulfilled. You can see that the cup she's holding is the most ornate of all of the cups. There isn't another one that looks at all like that. And she is immersed in her feelings. Sometimes the negative part of this card is that she can be way too emotional. She, in her more negative energy, she might be a bit of a drama queen. So not sure exactly what that means yet. We'll have to see what the clarifiers say. But that's kind of the energy around the Queen of Cups. And what would be helpful for us to do today? Well, that's a lovely card for do. That is the Ace of Pentacles. And that is an opportunity granted to us from the divine. There's the hand of the holy. And we are in a good place right now. We're inside of the garden where nothing is in the earthly realm. You can see the white flowers here. And if we decide we're going to take this opportunity, we're going to go through that gate and, excuse me, down the path and up to the mountains of our highest potential. The gate is full of red roses. And the red roses are the blood-filled roses. And if we choose to go through the gate, that is how we manifest it in the real world. So we're sitting in the garden with the white flowers, the bloodless flowers. These are ideas. We have to actually walk through that gate in order to take advantage of this pentacle opportunity from the holy. This is the one ace that doesn't have the yods of blessing. And that is because it is going to be a challenge and it's going to require work on your part to get up those blue mountains on the other side. So let's go back and see what it is we're building under here on our foundation. What would be helpful for us to know? So the Judgment card is the card that says, wake up, and brings back to life the people who are dead. And so this foundation that we are building has something to do with a lesson that we have learned or something that we have observed or something that we need to know or that we already sort of have known but maybe have not recognized. And when I see the Six of Cups also, it's like there is something from our childhood that is impacting the foundation building and this need to remember something. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It could be a good thing. Perhaps some wisdom that, your parent passed on to you, or a grandparent or a teacher or something that impacts this building of the foundation. So wake up and remember whatever this is so that you have an opportunity to implement it in the creation of whatever this foundation is. Let's look at what the Queen of Cups clarifiers are. We have the King of Swords and the Star. So the King of Swords is the guy sometimes thought of as the accountant, the lawyer, the therapist, the expert that you go to and pay money to, obviously, to get his wisdom, because he is adept at seeing both sides of any situation. And I guess when I think about an accountant or an attorney or a doctor or a therapist, that's what I want. And so if you are thinking, if this is actually kind of an emotional, sad place, it may be that you need to seek some outside information, something that's more balanced in order to sort of look at what this emotionality is. Not necessarily related to the building of the foundation, but perhaps this is a foundation that you are building as you are thinking about. Maybe you're thinking about therapy. Maybe you're thinking about doing something in the legal world. They could be related in whatever way that it is present in your life. But also clarifying, our Queen of Cups is the Star, which is the wish card. This is the card that comes after the Tower. It's like, now that the structure has been broken, what is it that I need and want? What do I wish to bring into play here? And if this emotionality of the Queen is the broken heart from the Tower, what is it that she wishes for, hopes for going forward? And then she may need the balance of another opinion. And this could be, now remember that these cards are not gendered, right? Whether we identify as male or female, transgender, whatever, these cards are energy, and they are not about a woman looking to a man for wisdom. No. And it could be that somebody has come to you. We could switch this around, that somebody has come to you with a broken heart, and you are being asked to give them perspective on both sides. But I think this might be us this morning, and that we are kind of mired in our emotions, and maybe we just need a friend to say, look, it's not that bad, or here's another way to think about this. So sometimes we have to go and talk to our people. I mean, it could be a spouse, it could be a kid, it could be a parent, but somebody's got some wisdom around what this is that we are kind of mired in, because it does feel like it's kind of a heavy energy. And it could be some doubt about whatever is going on over here. But in order to get to what it is that you want to go with going forward, it may need just a consultation with somebody else. And perhaps that is what we're talking about here, is doing something new to go after a new project that may be related to this, that will help us with the building of a foundation. And remember that resources aren't necessarily money or buildings. Our resources are our health, they are our psychological strength, our intellect, our wisdom, all of those things. So whatever the resources are that we are building here may need a change or a different part of this project, something new. So let's look at these clarifiers. Wow, heavy, heavy pentacles. Here in the do part, we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is the card of loss and fear. These people are standing out in the snow, and they're impoverished, and this guy is on his crutches, and this one is wrapped up in rags in order to be warm from the wind. This is a card of knowing that you may need some help, that you may need to go around the corner and into the church, where obviously it's quite warm and lit because you can see through the stained glass windows that there is warmth and light in there. If you can see it, there is an anchor in kind of behind these pentacles. It's hard to see. I didn't see it for a long time, but I see it now. There's a big anchor in here. And in a storm, we need the anchor of something in order to keep our ship from floating off into the ocean. And I also want to point out that there is a sixth pentacle in above where this window is showing the 5. There's a sixth one that's coming in. That's the hope that if you will just go look for some help, you will move on to the 6 of Pentacles, which is the card of giving and receiving. So the 8 of Pentacles is the card of mastery. So you know how to do this. There is some ability that you already have to negotiate this situation. So if you can get past the fear, or fear of loss perhaps, remember that you have the capacities, the history, and the wisdom to be able to go down and do this thing, whatever that is. What I am seeing, not here this morning, are the wands of determination, of inspiration, of desire. And so this might be a bit of a stuck place. Ace, 3, 5, 6, 8. 2, 3, 4 pentacles, 2 cups, a sword. Yeah, we are missing the wands. And I don't see anybody else holding anything that might be a wand. So this may be a bit of a stuck place. We're building a new foundation. We're kind of in our emotional sea with an opportunity that we're just not sure we want to take, even though we know we've got the capacity to do it. So there is a wake-up call here. This may all be related to something from our childhood. We need to make a wish, but we may need some help also in order to see more clearly what it is that we need to do. So let's look at the Merryweather card. And as soon as I say we don't have a wand, we get the biggest wand. That is the wand of inspiration, the wand of the hand of the holy, handing us this opportunity, this idea, this inspiration, the desire to move forward. And maybe that's all we really need, is a kick in the pants to look at what it is that we need to wake up to in order to build this foundation. What I get from this is in my past life, I was a psychotherapist. And this almost feels to me like get thee to the therapist kind of card, or get thee to the lawyer, or whatever. You've got this great project that you are working on, and there's some self-doubt that's coming into this for some reason. There's a wish that you have, kind of drowning in these emotions, some fear of moving ahead, even though you've got the mastery, the capacity to do it. This is a stuck place, but this is just exactly what you need, is that oomph to go forward. So whether it is looking deeply into your own wisdom, or going to talk to somebody that you have great regard for, who is able to see both sides of a situation, do that. So if we are building a business, maybe you need to go see your accountant. Maybe you need to see a lawyer about putting some things in place so that you don't have to feel fear about going forward with this project. But this feels like a stuck place. Get yourself unstuck. You've got the capacity to do that now. So that's what I have for us here at the Treehouse this morning. If this reading was helpful, I hope you will like, share, and subscribe. And I invite you to come back tomorrow, Monday, for another View from Above reading here at the Treehouse. Blessings.